Hey guys, it's Drew here from It Can Be Done in Dollars, and I am here today to finally bring you my December wrap up or check-in video for my budgeting in December. So it's a little bit late because I have had issues with my eye. My eye's been very itchy and irritated and kind of hard to see from, so I thought I'd wait until that clears up a bit and then make a video for you all. So I'm going to wrap up December. I'm going to wrap up what I also made in December as well. Show you what goals that I did hit and prepare for the next month, which is moving into an all-new planner, which you have seen on this channel before, which is the Carpe Diem planner by Recollections Simple Stories. I'll try and leave a link below this time as well, so if you want to check it out you can. So I'm moving into that. So it was the last month for me to work in the Go Girl planner. I'm not quite sure what company this is, but I do know that they make a bunch of planners that are under the same company as well. It's a very inexpensive planner. I think it only cost me $20 or so in Australia, and I got it off Amazon. So I wanted to start using it last year to see if I could improve finances and budgeting and get a better practice throughout the year. And it was kind of a mixed experience. I didn't really like this layout as much as I thought I would. It didn't work for me, especially since I was working and then I wasn't working, I'm sort of working, and then did sort of part-time work, and it was a very messy year, and sometimes I was getting paid every second week and sometimes I was getting paid just like once a month, and yeah, it was pretty messy, so it didn't really always work. It's not laid out to be adaptable as much as I wanted it to be, but it was a good start. It was a good start to see whether adding a budget planner would be something that I would need in the future, and it definitely was. What I did really like about this planner as well, and especially in the last few months that I actually used it for the rest of the year, because I had kind of settled into my house and kind of come to terms with like what kind of income I would be making for like the rest of the year or going into New Year, is that it had some goals and it had enough space for me to prioritize what I need to prioritize and figure out like what were my fixed, variable, and sort of what were going to be my sinking and saving funds for the future as well. It definitely helped me keep on track and kept me putting money into savings, which like I need a visual representation. I'm a planner person. I have a personal planner as well, so I need to have visual representations. It's partly also why I do cash, like mostly cash, because I need to have physical money and a sort of a relationship with it, I guess, and a visual to actually for it to register where things are going and how to work with it properly. So yeah, December was pretty cool. It's a mess. It's a hot mess, so I won't go into too much detail in explaining what my rationale was behind it, but the system was pretty similar for most of the year. I had my subscriptions or variable income, and like I had no language around it either. Like I was messing with my fixed and variables like together, and they didn't really have categories or purpose or anything for a very long time. So then I figured out what my subscriptions and stuff were, which for me are kind of fixed, but there were some that like over the course of the year, and especially in November and December, that I like unsubscribed or cancelled. So these are the fixed ones, because a lot of them I relate to, say for example, the Optus is my phone, and things like unlimited, Kindle Unlimited, or Scribd are book services which double as both like enjoyment reading, like for pleasure, but also it makes it more affordable for me to read for research and work and study and all those kind of things. So yeah, I have them as that. So I ended up just using this sort of actual and difference column to have the date, because most of those stay pretty much the same, but I also added some Patreon stuff as well. So I hit my goals, my basic goals, except for the one that I set to stock up on washing powder, because I realized I don't really need to do that often. Like, that's something that lasts me a very long time, so I don't need to worry about that. But I did in my new planner, because I got this, I believe, at the start of December. I did have the goals that I wanted for December, so I just used more space, more pages to be able to do that, and I hit all of those goals. I will insert a picture of the close-up as well. So I did hit all those goals. I did pay some stuff in advance, so I was way ahead of what I thought I would, but that is also down to selling quite a lot of stuff in December, and so that's where the manifesting envelope come into play. So every month I do have that. I have a goal of what I'd like to make, bring in outside of what I already currently make, and I definitely exceeded that in December. However, I am still working very hard on takeaway. I've gone from kind of having it multiple times a week to having it every fortnight, and sometimes when I get really emotional or I'm really tired or I just am very hungry for something different, I'm still like not managing my takeaway that well. But I did earn it, so I did make the extra money, but I spent some of it on takeaway. So I made 195. Yep, 195. Some of it went to paying stuff off, some of it went to bills, and some of it went to my sinking and savings envelopes as well. 50 of that though went towards takeaway during the month. So I got extra takeaway that was not budgeted for with the extra money that I made, because I basically could. And I was not feeling too great some parts of December as well, so especially around Christmas time. So I was like, no, I made the money, I really need to treat myself for Christmas time, and so I did. So that was a little bit stressful, but then so that paid for that, and yeah, so I made quite a bit and I'm happy with that. It meant that I could cross off a lot of my goals, be a little bit ahead of some bills and stuff that are coming in January, and also just kind of give me a little bit of a buffer for January as well, in case I need anything else. But I also did have to spend some of that as well. So it was a great month for earning and saving, but I did spend quite a lot of it on other stuff. So it came in and it came out pretty quickly, which is a very weird experience at times. Like, as people have mentioned before, it can be kind of strange to like stuff everything and then it's gone in a heartbeat, or you have to change your plans because it's such like meeting those goals are like a really good time, and then yeah, it's out pretty fast. So that was a bit of a weird experience because I'd not saved up that much before, and then seeing some of it go was kind of weird. But that's part of the psychological process of saving and spending and learning what works with your budget and stuff as well. And I'm very grateful that I did make that extra money, because I was able to pay stuff off that I would never have been able to pay off had I not made that extra. So working on takeaway is a big thing for me in 2022. and it was very much highlighted in my budget in December. I love it, and I love going out, but I need to be more intentional about it. And also, there's going to be 2 months of the year where I'm going to be eating quite a lot of it, so it's also for health as well. So this planner definitely has helped me in December to figure that stuff out. I did get paid 3 times in December, so again, a lot of that paycheck went to getting ahead of rent, getting ahead of bills, paying off some bills that came in, like paying other people back money, sort of getting ahead of that as well. So I was pretty happy with that. It did kind of mess my brain up a little bit to have an extra pay so close to the new year, but I'm also very grateful for that as well. As you can see, it's kind of not laid out very well. I definitely had some like challenges with the bottom. I'm still having trouble with kind of expense tracking and keeping track of like medical things and dental things and kind of the practical things. Like I'm really great at making sure that I guess other people are paid, and also like those kind of subscription stuff is taken care of, but I'm not always great at remembering to put money aside for medical things or plan ahead for that. So this has been like, even though it's messy and it's not what I would want it to look like or be like, it's really helped me to figure out like, yes, I need to make sure that I am saving up for medical stuff or saving up for transport cost, things that I've forgotten in COVID time as well, because I didn't necessarily use public transport, but that's an expenses that has come back as well that I need to start budgeting for, on top of medical stuff, because a lot more medical stuff is coming up. So that was pretty good, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the manifesting envelope. I will take this out and probably charge it, like put some more in there, and then set a new intention for January, even though we are quite a week ahead in that. And then I get to start with my new planner. As I showed you before, I have had some time to do some pre-planning for, I did for December. So getting ahead of some of that also helped me to get ahead of some of January's stuff as well. And I'm just really loving this layout a lot more. Like, it has some of the similar things that the Go Girl planner did have that really functioned for me, like the goals and making sure I have things ahead. But having the calendar is the biggest thing that I was missing from that planner. And I really did suffer for it, not having it in that planner for November and December. Also need to transfer all of my I guess pays for the rest of this year. This is just projection. I've kept it in here, so I'll still be sort of using this planner until like I figure out a system of like where to stick all these, so that like I kind of know what's coming out everywhere. I may end up just doing like a document, something I can print out, or figuring out a way to put something in my new planner. So yeah, that's pretty much it for December. I really am happy to be also like starting to expense track as well. As I mentioned, it's kind of like one of those things I forget to do, but it's also really helpful for me to get a very good idea of like what I'm spending my money on, and when I'm like overspending or things come out that aren't budgeted for as well, or things are more expensive. That's definitely helped me to figure out that stuff as well, doing a bit of expense tracking, but it's definitely a goal for 2022 to do that. So yeah, and that's it really. I hope you guys enjoyed this video tonight. I am going to be filming my January budget tomorrow, and then another video, 2 videos at the end of the week. So there'll be quite a lot of videos this week. I'm aiming for roughly 2 to 3 videos a week. Some of them will be on the week that I get paid, so there'll be more cash shopping and like weekly check-ins and whatnot. Others will be like topical, talking about like the psychology of money, my relationship to money and finances and budgeting, why I'm doing this channel as well, like my motivations behind it, and just like chatting videos as well, like lifestyle stuff. So hope that interests you guys, and I'm looking forward to checking in with all of your videos that have come up in the past week of January. I still can't believe that we are like 1 week into January. It's pretty crazy. If this angle is much better than my other videos, please let me know below if this works for you. I currently have it like what's the word like underneath books, so it's sitting there quite nicely, but I'm definitely investing in a better arm in the next couple of months, because I definitely want to get a good angle where you guys can see everything as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I love you all, and have a fantastic week.